Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 9 of the Hougie and Grinder Show.
Number 9.
My name is Hougie. My name's Hougie, and that handsome gentleman sitting on the other screen, that's Grinder Kev. We're brought to you by Slapstick Decals and Stickers. For all your decals and stickers needs, get at them on Facebook or call them at 403-505-9693. Good dudes to deal with. They can do anything. Lawn chairs, underwear, lampshades, whatever you want, man. They'll look after you. So, Kev, been a busy week in oil country.
Yeah.
What how you been keeping? How's things in the north central country?
Oh, it's not bad. I was happy that I got some good weather there and was able to do my final yard cleanup before the winter hits, and had chances to watch almost every game except for the Columbus game. Yeah, how about you?
Work, buddy. Work. That seems to be all I do anymore. And
Work.
Nothing exciting, let me tell you. Work. Somebody's got to pay to keep this beautiful look up here, so
Yeah.
So well, let's get into it, buddy. Let's get into it. We're at 20 games.
Yeah.
We're at 20 games, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on, where we're at after 20 games. Are we where we should be? Are we where we want to be? Are we, are we shit in the bed? What are you thinking here, pal? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm no expert, but I think that obviously we had some ups and downs. We were able to steal a couple of games. Look like other teams were figuring out our systems and knowing how to play against us. I think that's fair to say. But I think after last night's game with the Carolina Hurricanes, I think that things are going to probably start turning around a little bit. And you inject it. Obviously, we're going to be talking about Hyman, but I think that's such an important piece. And it's, you heard it from the guys that are talking about the energy he brings and how he kind of pulls everybody together, and he's out there just nailing anything and everything. 11 hits yesterday. And it just seemed like everybody was in tune. Like the passing was really good compared to, now I'm only going off the first and second period, but because I wasn't able to catch this, or first and third period, I wasn't able to catch the second period, but it was nice to see that play where McDavid got his second goal, or he was set up by Draisaitl, and that play would only have happened because of Hyman. And I saw Connor McDavid smile after a goal for the first time this year. And he's pointing his finger at Leon, and he's got a huge smile on his face. And it just, I don't know, man. It just seemed like a team that I thought for sure we would lose to, because we were losing to so many other bad teams, if you will. Teams that shouldn't be beating us. I was like, oh, fuck. Carolina's going to walk all over us. It was just a nice feeling. I just got this, I don't know, it's hard to... Anyways, so yeah, to answer your question, I guess they're 9, what did you say they are? 9-7-4?
9-7-4.
So that's probably like a 5-point... Oh, that's a 500 or 520 or 530 average, something like that.
I'm no math whiz. I don't think you're close.
It wasn't. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it is what it is. They did some changes. Obviously, they had to send Ike Howard down, which I think is a good idea. I think that his first game in Bakersfield, he had 2 assists.
Yeah.
So he needs that. He needs the ice time that he's going to get down there too. And then, like you said before the show, losing Stetcher is that's a death piece that's gonna be kind of, well, you got your little Josh Brown stains. I guess we can bring him up, but I guess I'll give him par. Is that fair? I guess I'll give him par for the start.
Spar. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I can understand where that'd come from.
You? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, 2 years in a row they go to the Stanley Cup Finals. There's got to be some hangover there. So somebody said, I think they said they had like 87 games between days or something.
90.
Like it was almost
Yeah.
90.
It was 90. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean that's
3 months.
2 years running. That's a lot of hockey.
That's
and I mean these guys,
yep.
it is. Like you said, Hyman coming back last night. The whole team looked. They had a little more jump and drive in Carolina last night. It seemed like, I didn't think they had a good first 2 periods, but the third period they really turned it on. Stuart Skinner kept him in it last night. It was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Good game to watch. And I mean, there's been struggles early on, but we talked about there's 7 new faces on that team, or well, now 6 now that Hyman's back, and as the guys roll back in, you're going to get more familiarity. But it's I got to give them. You're probably right on par. I mean, they've shit the bed in a few games, and they've stolen a few games where they probably didn't deserve to win. But I think you're right with the return of Hyman, and I mean once our boy Nuge gets healthy again and he comes back, that's another major piece that's missing. I think you're right. They're going to see him turn it on. I think that 9-1 drubbing from Colorado might have had something to do with that too. When you get embarrassed like that, maybe it's a little bit of gut check time. Also, that clip they played on Hockey Night in Canada Saturday night outside the dressing room in Detroit, and Chris Knobloch is absolutely losing his shit inside the room. Now, maybe that was needed. You didn't see that clip,
No,
did you? I
I
could tell
didn't.
by your face.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Because he's known
He
to be
is
a quiet
ripping.
guy, right? He's known
He
by
is.
his team.
But he's cursing and swearing, and he's ripping on the team about lack of effort and lack of give a shit. And I was shocked. And yeah, they pointed it out in one of the intermissions.
Wow.
And maybe that was one of the wake up calls that they needed. Like I say, I'd probably go similar to you. I think we're on par. It's not where I'd like to be, but I think all things considered, the major injuries in the lineup, the new faces, the Stanley Cup fever hangover. I think we're lucky to be over 500, but I think we're good to be there. So,
you're talking about like a lot of new faces, and you're absolutely right. And that's why I think it was a good idea to send Ike Howard down, because Tomasic is also waiver exempt, I believe. I'll have to take a look. But see, that's why it's so important. Like Savoy is new to this is his second year with the team, but it was so important for him to go in the AHL and learn our systems and come up through the system, if you will, even if it was like a year, because it's gone a long way with how he's playing right now on the team.
Yeah, he fits in because he knows how they play.
Yeah. And that's why I don't think it's a bad idea to send a guy like Howard down, and get more ice time. I think he's on the first line, right? And he'll probably be on that
I
line
would
for a little
assume,
bit.
yeah.
Build his confidence up, and then when need be, we would call him back. No, I agree. I mean, it's like new coaches, everything. There's a lot of new things on that team this year. I mean, new
A lot of
coaches,
change, yeah.
new systems. But I think par is pretty good. I mean, considering, fuck, it almost happened last night. That would have been 7 times this has happened if that game went the other way. But you got to remember, there's 6 times where the team was up 2 goals and then they end up losing the game, right? They don't have a problem
And
getting the
that
lead.
could
They got a problem trying to,
close it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last night they did.
And like you pointed out, Kev, that could be a product of guys not knowing their systems.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, I was worried about Howard a little bit because somebody, you hear about him having a little bit of an attitude, right? And then somebody on TikTok posted this. It was rubbish anyways. They tried to make it look like he had tweeted out or something about, like, I'm not going down to Bakersfield, fuck that, and comes back, he never even said anything like that. He just went down there. But I think it's good because you are part of the long-term plan. We just need you to understand everything. That's why, and you said it in the other show, one of the other shows, NCAA, AHL is a different level. And then AHL to the NHL is a different level. So just take those steps, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong about it. It's in the long term, it's going to work good for you. And, you are part of the plan. We want you to be, we want you to be in a position that you're supposed to be in too. Like, and that was the other thing. I was like looking at Tomasic and I'm taking a look at Howard and I'm like, are we, is our coaching staff able to utilize these guys in their strengths? Because I take a look at Tomasic and I take a look at Howard and I'm like, you guys aren't 3 and 4 line players. Like, you guys have the potential to be like first, second line players. Like, I really like Tomasic's preseason and how he came into the season, but now he's either not playing or he's on the 3rd or 4th line. And you're seeing more Curtis Lazar. I think Curtis Lazar probably played the last 2 games. I'm not sure. But
he played last night for sure.
You're seeing more of him, right? The other thing too is, actually, what are your thoughts on? Somebody had mentioned this to me, and I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea, but he's an Oilers fan. He's on TikTok. I follow him. I think he calls himself the hockey guy. He's a diehard Oilers fan living in Texas. He's from Alberta.
Ooh.
But his job had him transferred down to Texas, and he wears his Oilers jersey to every game that he goes to.
Yeah.
And he brought up an idea. He's like, Skinner, as of right now, maybe in the last week, Skinner hadn't played terrible as the opposing weeks, right? Like the week before that, maybe even the week before that. What do you think about maybe waiving and see if nobody picks him up, but waiving a guy like Pickard, who I think has just been more of a Swiss cheese, and bringing up Connor Ingram?
Well,
Now, keep in mind,
is
Connor Ingram
Connor?
isn't doing really all that shit hot down in
Well,
Bakersfield
that's
either.
what I was going to point out. Is he's? I don't think Connor Ingram has been real good in Bakersfield as it sits. I mean, he was out for so long, and I mean, if he can't get a handle in the AHL, he's never going to cut it in the NHL.
Now, he did have a good season in Utah, but that was one season.
He did. Well, and that's the thing, guys who get paid on one season's performance, Evan Bouchard, are, I got the autograph of a guy up there who did the same thing. His name's Fernando Pisani. He
Right.
had a really good playoff run and he got paid. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Pisani was, I really liked him, quality guy, but he got way overpaid for, a hot performance, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if Connor Ingram will be a upgrade on Calvin Pickard, to be honest with you right now. I mean, we got to do something, I think. I don't know. I mean, I watched Stuart Skinner and, like last night, he kept the team in it first two periods. He made some really good saves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did. He sure fucking did.
Then he lets in a few softies in other games, and you're going, man, is this? I don't quite have the confidence in Stuart Skinner that so many other fans seem to, and so the management seems to. I don't, and granted, I don't want Bowman to just make a move for the sake of making a move,
right?
But I mean, what do we do? That's the thing. I mean, you're gonna have to, obviously, if you're gonna make a trade with Stuart Skinner involved, you're gonna have to give up something else. And I don't know if anybody wants anything we have that we're willing to part with, right?
Right.
I mean, everybody in the league knows that the Oilers would love to strengthen their goaltending, and I don't think you're gonna see. I don't think you're going to see us get upgraded without getting fleeced, to tell you the honest truth.
Okay, so just to kind of give you comparisons here, ladies and gentlemen, we are not numbers guys, but just for the sake of this conversation, in the AHL, Connor Ingram has played 5 games. He's got a 4.02 goals against average with a save percentage of a .860. Okay. Calvin Pickard.
In the AHL.
Yeah, Calvin Pickard pretty much has the same numbers, but at an NHL level, where he's played 7 games and he's got goals against average of 4.17 and a save percentage of .830. So,
and I think Calvin Pickard is, like I say, you're facing the top shooters every night is in the NHL, whereas the AHL, you may have, I don't want to say some duds, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're not quite NHL caliber.
Hello, everybody. This is Slapstick Decals and Stickers, a proud sponsor of the Hougie and Grinder podcast. Get at us for your decals, stickers, banners, and more. You can reach us on Facebook or call us at 403-505-9693. Keep slapping.
I was thinking about like what you were saying on the last show about Jonathan Quick, and I came up with another goaltender I think you would be interested in. So yeah. Jonathan Quick would be a good one because of the cap hit.
Yes.
Obviously, fuck, that would have been sweet if you would have went to the UFA. I'm sure the Oilers would have tried to pick him up. 1.5 million.
Oh, I think they'd have jumped all over it. Yeah.
Now, I haven't looked at this guy's. Here, just give me a second before I start going into it. So I was looking at one team in particular And I was like, oh, fuck, man. If this team continues, oh, fuck. Yes, consent. If this team continues to, you know, shit the bed, if you will, which they have
Yep.
for the last couple of years. Yeah, see, this guy's cap hit's too big. But
That was the nice thing about Quick.
yeah, is that his was small, but I was thinking like this guy would come with term.
Yep.
Do you get a hold of Nashville and ask about UC Saros?
See, I thought about that too, Kev. I thought about Saros. But the one thing that scares me about UC Saros is he has a world-class defense playing in front of him. Right?
Not
I mean,
really.
our defense core is leaky at best. What do you mean not really?
No, fucking who do they got now on their D? They got Roman Yossi,
Yeah.
Brady, Nicholas Haig. That's pretty much it, man. Just the three. Other than that, everybody
No.
else is like
They're still
Nicholas Haig, Brady.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce
Yeah,
that
Brady
guy's last
Shea.
name? Yeah.
Brady Shea.
Yeah.
And you have Roman Yossi right there. Those two are better than our number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7
Yeah, but
defensemen.
the thing with
Right
Yeoman
there.
Rossi, he's 35 and he's already on injury reserve.
Yeah. But he's still better than a lot of the fucking defensemen in the league. I'd take Roman Yossi in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
He cleans up.
I'm just
and
saying,
that's
like,
what,
I'm just saying there. It's not. I wouldn't say it's world class. I wouldn't say it's world class.
it's better than ours. I'd say it's better than ours.
Oh, the 100. It's probably better than ours. Yeah, but
Not only that, the style that they play is a lot different than Edmonton as well, right? I mean, they have a very defensive style of play. They hang back and wait for you to capitalize on your mistakes. Nashville is a very patient team. They're frustrating to play against. You know, like Philippe Forsberg is well, Draisaitl likes playing against everybody, man. That fucking guy scores against everybody. It's ridiculous. But I don't think Saros would obviously be an upgrade. But then there again, you talked about we're into cap crunch problems. I mean, when Nuge comes back, we're probably going to be into him anyway.
Yeah, well, and that was the other thing too. When Nuge comes back, I mean, okay, now you're really in the crunch, right? Now you're looking.
Yeah.
I think somebody had mentioned to me is like, yeah, well, at that point, there isn't really. You can't put another player on a waiver because you guys have good players on your team, right? So you can't put a no Philp on there. You can't put a Regula. Boston will take him right back. Somebody will take
Savoy and Tomaszek are both waiver exempt.
They are okay. So Tomaszek,
they are, yeah.
But then that doesn't cover the salary, right?
No.
So there might be a trade.
Doesn't.
There might be a trade coming for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, who you got in your bottom 6 you can put on waivers and send down that. So what do we need to cover it when Nuge comes back?
Right now they have it at we have current cap space is 212,500. We're over the projected cap space of 1,410,000. You don't really have anybody.
You need 1.4 out of the limit.
So you're looking at maybe Lazar?
Yeah, you get 1.2 with Tomaszek and 886 with Savoy.
I have a feeling it's going to be Tomaszek that's going to get.
Or he's on the LC.
I think
you're probably right. Or Curtis Lazar. Curtis Lazar only gets you 775 though.
Yeah, I see it. I see it being a business thing, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Tomasic, and he's only
Okay,
on a
now
1 year
listen to this, Kev.
contract. Oh, and then you got to remember, you got to bring back Kapanen, because Kasperi
See,
Kapanen's week to week right now.
happening too. That's right. He's 1.3 hit too.
Yeah.
I mean, Kapanen and Tomashik are kind of a wash because they're 1-2 and 1-3.
Yeah.
Nuge is going to be the tough one to get back in the lineup. He's 5.25 or 5.1. Sorry, 5.125. So I don't know. I mean, I'd look at moving somebody. Maybe, I hate to say it, maybe like a Adam Henrique.
Yeah.
That buys you $3 million.
But he's got a no movement clause, no trading. That's
I don't know.
why they asked him
I know.
to waive it, and he said no.
Did he?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the offseason last year, Bowman sat down with the guys that had no trade clauses and asked if they would waive it, and him and Nurse said no.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting, my friend. And then this is what I feel Florida's gonna be in the same boat, right? When their top players come back.
Oh, absolutely they would. Absolutely. I think you're going to see some good players get waived out of the bottom six, and they're going to get picked up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I don't think any guys that are on the lineup right now, other than maybe Curtis Lazar, would be your only one that would make it to Bakersfield.
And that's even a stretch.
You look at, that's a stretch. Like Janmark, he wouldn't make it down.
Ooh, he was the one that he was the one that was brought up in trade talks. Was him? Yeah, Mark is still in trade, and people are still talking about him getting traded. I know you don't like that idea because that's 1.4 million.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that idea. I like Matthias Janmark. I think he brings an element that we need. He's gritty. He's a grinder, and he's very similar to Vasily Podkolzin's style of play, but he's got a little more experience than Pods. Yeah, I like those two. I like them both as, they're good grinding third and fourth line wingers for us. Really good. That can pot, 15, 20 a year, help out.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, the biggest thing between him and Vasily is their age. Mark's 32, Podkolzin's 24.
Yeah.
Obviously you're not going to, they just re-signed him to an extension, and a well-deserved extension to Vasily Podkolzin.
Well-deserved, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And here's the other thing too. On January 1st, due to the contract structure that this guy, that we signed this guy for, so Jack Roslovic is eligible for an extension after January 1st. Do you give him an extension?
Based on his play to this point?
Let's say his play stays like this through the rest of the season.
Through the year, through the season, yeah. I absolutely would. But it's going to be what price, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is,
where's he
he's at
now?
1.5 now, 1.5. Now here's something interesting, Kev. Here's a hot take. Here's a hot take for you, buddy. Evan Bouchard does not have a no movement clause until 27-28. Let's fucking move him. Let's waive him. I'd gladly give him up for nothing.
Yeah, free up that 10,
gladly. Carolina can fucking have him.
Yeah.
Free up 10.5, man. We'll go out, get somebody better.
I wonder if Carolina now is like, oh man, we dodged a bullet. We dodged a bullet.
I wonder. I mean,
Or does he excel because he's in a not hockey market? You know, sort of like what happened. Well, maybe not so much like what happened to like he's not in like what happened to what the fuck was his name?
Justin Schultz.
Yeah. But Justin Schultz was in a hockey market, but it was in a Canadian market. Um and then he excelled, but then he also had the right players around him and whatnot. I'm not saying that
Chris
Carolina would have
Letang,
that,
yeah.
but that's the one thing I hate when we drive a player out and they do well down the road. Saw it with Jeff Petrie, saw it with Justin Schultz, saw it with Devin
Yep.
Dubnyk. I mean,
Yep.
you know, I hate when Oilers
Yep.
fans get way too passionate and then they chase somebody out, and then I would hate to see him go win 2 or 3 fucking cups somewhere else. That would just be fucking sad in the eyes, right? Like
Well, now my biggest takeaway from Justin Schultz, and you fucking rubbed it into me when he won his first Stanley Cup, man. You wouldn't fucking shut up about it for 6 months. Oh, Justin, 2-time Stanley Cup winner, Justin Schultz, and fucking fuck you, Kev. Number one, fuck you.
yeah.
But when he was in Edmonton, now, I still maintain this. It's a similar situation with Evan Bouchard. Justin Schultz did not get to the NHL by being a fucking shutdown defensive defenseman.
He's an offensive
When he went to
defenseman.
Pittsburgh, that's right, he's an offensive defenseman. When he went to Pittsburgh, he was put in the right scenarios and played in the situations that called for an offensive defenseman. Evan Bouchard is being expected to shut down the league's top lines every night while playing on the top line.
Mm-hmm.
He's proven to us he can't do that. And Darnell Nurse was expected the same thing. He was, he had a little more defense in his game when he was drafted, and he had a lot more meanness in his fucking game when he was drafted. He's kind of become, I don't want to say soft. I mean, he's still a pretty tough guy, but there's not that grit and that miserableness to play against Darnell Nurse anymore. But I still maintain Evan Bouchard is being used in the wrong context for the Edmonton Oilers. He can be a very big weapon in your arsenal.
Yeah.
But I believe he should have limited 5-on-5 minutes. Now, when they run 11-7, they're very successful. And I believe that stems from Evan Bouchard not being on the ice as much for the shutdown role. I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why that ever changed, why we didn't stay with 11-7. Maybe we talked about that last episode, is maybe you're worried about burning McDavid and Draisaitl out. I get that. Game management, as they call it in the fucking NBA. So, bunch of wimps. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would, but back to Evan Bouchard is, we don't have anybody who can replace him on the top line. Our closest fit would be Jake Wallman, but even I've seen some lapses in his defensive game too. So
yeah.
And I mean, Matthias Ekholm is starting to look a little long in the tooth. He's showing his age, man.
Yeah. I think that what was I going to say? I think it would actually be a good idea. Now, hear me out on this. Because I was looking at his numbers, and he's not doing too bad. So your brown stain is a +5 with, I believe, 5 points. Lepinen, a guy that we both liked during the preseason, he's having a really tough time down there. He's a -13.
Is he?
Yeah, he's having a tough time.
Ooh.
And we have him for 2 years, I think. Which is fine. Rather him be down there and trying to find his game. But
yeah,
one thing that, and I know you're going to go into this, and I thought maybe this would be a good segue, maybe bring up Brown Eyes, and because we need some more of that grit. And he's that he can it was that great. Like when I was watching the Philadelphia game and the Philadelphia Bullies came out, you know, you had Delorier out there. And it was nice to see that, you know, after they hit the hit on McDavid, they went to commercial break. And then when they came back from commercial break, Louis and Jack were showing the video of them standing at the blue line, basically saying like, yeah, you know, that wasn't fucking cool. And yeah, you know, Trent Frederick was there and Nurse was there. Can't remember who the other guy was, but there was another guy that was in there. I want to say it was Lazar, but I just like when I think about what you lost, and yeah, sure, we lost Corey Perry, who's doing really well in Edmonton, but you also got to remember Corey Perry also drew really stupid penalties that I'm not going to miss. And that can go the same with Evander Kane. And Evander Kane isn't having too good of a year in Vancouver, but you know, maybe bring up Brown for those 11-7 games, because I'm sure they're going to go back to 11-7 on certain games. You still need that, you know, you need, now that Stetcher's in Toronto, you're going to need that player up. And I think Brown is the better one. The next one would have been Cam Dineen, who's having, or I think it's Cam Dineen. That's the second better one. I could be wrong. Well, yeah, I think, you know, he might not be the toughest guy in the world, but he plays a physical game. And I like that side of Brown's game. So I think it would be a smart idea to bring, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think it'd be a good idea to bring him up.
Well, I like Brown. I've liked Brown. I liked Brown better than I liked Stetcher. I mean, we've argued about that for a couple of years now.
You didn't think
But
you didn't
Brown,
even, yeah, sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Brown is, I mean, he goes at 6'5", 217 pounds. Like he's big boy. And again, it was the same thing. We kind of lost that when they let Vinny Desharnais walk too. I know a lot of people didn't like Desharnais, but there was an element of sandpaper there that he wouldn't be scared to, you know, you'd think twice about, you know, sticking your thumb in McDavid's eye because you knew you'd be getting one of Vinny Desharnais' gloves in the face too.
Yeah.
You're right. He did. He had a little bit of, you know, if you're gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you. And I like that in a team. I think we're lacking a little bit of that. Trent Frederick was supposed to bring, now, granted, like he fought Matthew Olivier in the first Columbus game last week, and he didn't fare so well. But I
He
think
fucking
it's
did it.
Trent Frederick. He did it, man. I mean, Olivier's probably
He's the heavyweight right now.
He's top 3 in the NHL for fighters, I would assume. Reeves and Rempe are probably 1, 2, and Olivier's got to be way up the list. But, you know, kudos to Frederick for getting out there and shedding the mitts and taking a few in the eye. And I think that might be his way of trying to kickstart his own game, get involved in it. I mean, I think Frederick knows he's better than this. I think, or better than this, better than he's been playing. And I think he's just trying to get his feet under him. You know, when we seen him in Boston, he was miserable to play against, right? That's what he was brought here for, is to, you know, pot a few goals and be that, I guess, replacement for your Evander Kane, your Corey Perry type guys.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully Frederick gets a little more involved and kind of sparks himself. But, you know, back to the Josh Brown argument, I'd like to see him come up. I'd like to see him get a little bit limited minutes, obviously, you know, see if he's ready. Maybe him and Regula kind of, you know, back and forth a little bit. I thought Regula had a pretty rough game last night in Carolina. You know, he got exposed a couple of times, and he just doesn't quite look like he's got his ducks in a row, I guess, if that makes sense. he's still kind of struggling. And which, I mean, first year, it's everything's new, everything's shiny, and so I get it. But it would be nice to see some of these guys start to click because, yeah,
I don't know. I think Regula's going to be fine. You know, I remember watching the giveaway in the last minute, or maybe it was the last 2 minutes of the last game from Nurse, where Stuart Skinner had to bail him out with a save.
Yeah.
And then the cameras went right to him, and you could see him just staring down at the ice like this, knowing that he had fucked up. He was so fucking close to the. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, there we go. This one's going top cheddar," and luckily it didn't. Which is pretty much summing up his season too, right? Like
yeah,
it's
wrong.
it's not looking good. The other thing I wanted to bring to your attention, I didn't realize it. So Arbor Jacki,
Yep.
who's been known to be a fighter too,
Yep.
lost 2 fights in a row. His first 2 fights he's lost was this season.
Really?
And yeah. Tanner Janot fucked him up, like tap-two'd him in the Boston game and fucking pretty much dropped him. You should see it.
Oh.
And then I don't know.
I'll check it out.
I heard it through I heard it on TikTok, and then I was like, well, let me go see these 2 fights, and I can only find the one. I don't know who the other team would have been, but yeah, he's losing his touch, I guess. And then
Was it Jaden Strube?
Jaden Strube plays for Montreal, doesn't he?
Strube.
But Jaden Strube fought.
Jaden Strube and Arbor Jacki throw gloves early on. This 23 hours ago.
Yeah, maybe. I thought Jaden Strube fought Nikita Zadorov.
Strube plays for Boston.
Strube plays for Boston? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fuck, it was like 15 seconds into the game. Wow. Oh, no, you're right. What the fuck?
Yeah, he I'm sure he took on...
The fucking head... Okay. This fucking website said Jaden Strube and Arbor Jacki throw in the gloves early on, while both Canadians players did. You were right. He does play for the fucking...
And then he took on...
I'm just trying to find it here on the internet somewhere, and these fucking goddamn clickbait assholes, Kev. Fuck me.
The other thing I wanted to mention... The other thing I wanted to mention was Montreal Canadiens. Oh my God, they got a tough road ahead of them. They lost 3 good players, and it's long term. They lost. I can never say his name right. They lost a defenseman, and then they lost Newhook?
Juraj Slafkovsky, wasn't it?
Slafkovsky. I'm not sure if that's. I know Newhook was one.
Yeah.
Who was turning it up? He was looking pretty good, and then they lost that Jaden Gooley, or God, I can't pronounce his name. He's maybe it's not Jaden. Maybe I got it all wrong.
Jaden Gooley? No, it's true. I don't know.
But anyways, they lost like 3 of their good players, and they're talking like week to week here. So I think you're going to it was Dotch.
Who?
Dotch, D-A-C-H.
Oh, Doc. Kirby Doc.
Yeah, he's out. And they're looking like 4 to 6 weeks with a broken foot. Youch.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's not good. Block a shot, or what the hell happened?
I think so. And then I think the defenseman also has a broken foot too.
Fuck.
So yeah, they lost some good players there. And now they still do have some good players, and they got good guys in the system, but I'd be surprised if their season doesn't start kind of looking a little bit different than where it's at right now.
I don't know, dude, man. Montreal's a scrappy team.
Hello, everybody. This is Slapstick Decals and Stickers, a proud sponsor of the Hougie and Grinder podcast. Get at us for your decals, stickers, banners, and more. You can reach us on Facebook or call us at 403-505-9693. Keep slapping.
Right. The other thing too is LA Kings just lost Drew Doughty week to week. They said that after he blocked a shot, they saw him in a like a boot, like one of those cast boots there.
Walking boot, yeah.
And now they're saying he's week to week, which, he's older, so he's not going to heal as fast. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not a part of the Olympics. And
well,
the same could be said.
Same could be said to McAvoy. Olympic chances. Yeah, McAvoy too. That's not good, man.
And now McAvoy plays for the U.S., but
even still, he's a big part of that.
Oh, he's a big
team,
part of. He's a big part of the team for sure.
Well, even you look at Matthew Tkachuk. What's his chances? Obviously they're going to play, right? But if they can go, they're going to play. But what if there's a setback like that? There's so many, so many fucking variables for this upcoming Olympic team, and
well, they lost.
Drew Doughty would be, he's fantastic on the fucking Team Canada. I love that guy. I wish Edmonton would have gotten him long ago.
Yeah.
Much as I hate him, I do love him.
The other thing too is, they've lost not just McAvoy. They could lose Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
Or no, where is he? Is he back now?
Hughes is back. Yep.
Okay. I thought Quinn Hughes was injured.
Well, no, one of the other Hughes brothers got cut.
That's right.
The other Hughes, he was cutting a steak or something and hacked his hand up with a team dinner, and he just underwent surgery for it. I don't know if it was Jack or Luke, but I can't remember. But yeah, I seen that on TikTok.
Yeah.
That'd be a big loss too. I mean, the Hughes brothers are all great hockey players. You lose one of them, that'd be shocking. Yeah. That'd be a big shock to their system.
What did you think?
But I'm okay with that because it's USA, and we're all about Team Canada up here because fuck the USA.
Yeah. What do you think of that fucking? What did you think about that video I sent you of Honzik and Backlund meeting each other and fucking checking each other?
You know what? That's a fucking that is just perfect. Absolute. Well, it's a perfect representation of how the Calgary Flames season is going.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do kind of feel bad for Flames fans. Not really, but I do. We'll put it out there that I feel bad.
We've don't really.
But we've been there. And it's a long fucking road to trudge, man. And so Flames fans, buckle up, hang on to Dustin Wolf with everything you got, because I've been on TikTok trying to get his girlfriend to fucking get him to sign in Edmonton, because now there's an upgrade I would take, Kev. Dustin Wolf. If you could pry Dustin Wolf out of Calgary, I would absolutely give him whatever he wanted to come to Edmonton. Almost whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Because
he didn't look all that great
he seems to be their really shining star in Calgary. But hey, fuck Calgary. Fuck Calgary. Stupid Flames. Nobody likes the Flames anyway. Fuck.
What's he at here? Let's take a look at his numbers. Oh, yeah, it's not
Dustin
bad.
Wolf's numbers are not good.
No, I mean, they're not terrible either. I mean, they're not a 4.22.
No, they're not terrible.
So he's got 17 games that he's played.
Yeah.
He's won 5 of them. Goals against average is a 3.01. Save percentages is a 0.896.
On a dog shit team.
Yeah. His career, though, is 2.78 goals against with a 0.904 save percentage. He's only played 88 games.
Yeah, he hasn't played much.
200. Oh, you know who you need to keep an eye out on?
Who?
That plays for our ECHL team.
If you say Jack Campbell, I'm gonna be very upset.
No, his name is, and you saw him in preseason. Samuel Johnson. He's a Swedish goaltender.
Oh yes,
and he's here. Let me see if I can find him.
I'm looking him up. For the Fort Wayne Comets.
Yes. Now he's got a 0.918 save percentage. Well, this is the stuff that I'm looking at his last 5 games. Sorry.
Got a 0.926 save percentage. He's 5-1. Yeah.
I think, he looked good
games
during preseason. I know you and I were impressed with him during preseason. And then they sent him not to the AHL. They sent him to the ECHL.
Down to the coast, kid.
And, and somebody had mentioned, can't remember what TV show it was or what podcast maybe, where they were saying, keep an eye out for this kid. And Sweden's not like Finland. Finland's obviously had some really good goaltenders, but I mean, Sweden's also had some memorable, like Henrik Lundqvist and whatnot.
I was going to say the king Henrik.
Yeah,
he was Swedish. Or is Swedish.
So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this kid because I think
I'll be watching for him. I forgot about him.
He's and then the other kid too hasn't really. I was reading up a little bit on him, but he's really young. He's like 20 years old. Is that Emil? Vinny? We picked him up. He's 19 years old. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. We picked him up. We drafted him. He was a high draft. Well, not high, but like I think he was like he was 64th overall in round 2.
Okay.
People were after him as well, and his draft year was in 2024.
Yep.
I think he obviously needs some more time. His last 10 games, whatever team he plays for, over there in Europe. His goals against for save percentage is 0.887. But I think his problem might be injuries, but he's won some medals. He's won a bronze in the World Juniors.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, he won a bronze medal. But I think he'll be somebody we can, keep an eye on as well. But yeah, that Johnson, he's 21. I mean, we'll see. I'm going to be interested in seeing like these guys come up. I don't know if they'll be part of the McDavid era. Probably not.
Probably not, but I think down the road they could be a good piece.
They would, yeah, I think so too. I mean, for the Oilers to draft him at 64th overall in round 2 speaks volumes too. So
I think so.
and that being Emil. So, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be hoping that things change a little bit for the Oilers going forward. For the next 20 games.
I hope so.
Obviously, we already discussed about some of the cap things that we're going to probably have to face here. Maybe we can even. I wonder what the fans are thinking. I wonder what the fans are thinking of, like, okay, well, who do they think is going to get traded? I think it could be a package deal. I think, yeah, Mark, as much as I fucking hate to see him go, and it's not, we're not trading you based on your work ethic or your skill. It's business, because of the cap. And that's what I hate about the cap, is that sometimes you got to say goodbye to people like Troy Stetcher. Did I not call that? Did I not call that? Did I not tell you?
You did.
That somebody was going to take him. And how can you not take a guy who is a real big reason why, well, not a real big, part of the real big reason of helping us on the blue line to get us back to the Stanley Cup Finals without Ekholm. He played every game that Ekholm
I think,
there.
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Troy Stetcher is a very serviceable defenseman in the NHL. Been around a long time.
And you know what? This is a good opportunity for him, because now he's going to get ice time. I don't see him being a seventh,
I think so,
or eighth. I think he's, Tanev is out. So they're going to need a guy to come in.
I think he's going to get a really good look. I think you're right, Kev. I think this is a good opportunity for old Tony Stretcher.
Yeah. The thing is like, you might Maple Leafs fans, you take care of him, man, because he's going to take care of you guys. He's a serviceable defenseman, and if you guys put him on waivers, I guarantee you the Oilers will go back after him to get him back. Because I was thinking the other day, like, you had mentioned to me, well, nobody wants him, Kev. Nobody wants him. And I'm like, no, they do want him, but every team knew that we were in a cap crunch. So what would you do? Would you be like, okay, I'd rather not give up any assets. I know they're in a cap crunch, so they're going to have to do something. Let's see if they put him on waivers. And just claim him and not have to do anything. Yep. And that's what they did. Yeah, sure. Yep. They probably went by a few teams that were like, no. But there's teams there that do, right? And that's why Toronto took them.
Oh, yeah, and that's a smart move by Toronto. I mean, don't give away anything if you don't have to. Everybody knew Edmonton was in cap crunch. You're right, and
they're probably looking at it. They're looking at it right now, with Nuge coming back now.
Yep.
And we might have.
They're going to fucking wait.
Yeah, and they're going to sit there and wait and see who they're going to waive. And if it's the guy that they want, then they'll just take him in waivers. And then if it's not the guy they want, then maybe they make a trade, right?
Yep.
If I'm going after Yamark and I want Yamark and I'm like, ooh, there's a good possibility he's going to get put on the waiver line. Instead of giving up assets and a player and all that, I'll just wait to see if that's what they do. It's still early in the season. Yeah. Oh, they didn't do it. They didn't put him on the waiver. Okay, maybe we'll give him a call and see if we can try to figure out a trade. Oh, they did put him on waivers. Oh, okay, now I'll just claim him. Hopefully we get the chance to claim him. Oh, we did. Oh, and boom, right? I'm sure there were teams that were after Toronto that probably could have used his services, but Toronto just was the first one that was, made available, and they took him. And so I don't know. It's I knew it was going to happen, though. I knew it because of just how well he's played and how well he plays when he's not playing, and then he comes back and plays. It's like he never lost a step. And I hate it playing against him.
Something, it looks like. Yeah.
I hate it playing against him, our team playing against the teams that he played on, because he was so good at pinching. And that's the one thing I think you're going to miss, because you wanted him to go coach Bouchard how to pinch, right? Because he was so good.
Absolutely.
He was so good at pinching. and now he's gone, and it sucks, and it is what it is. But like I said, let's bring up Brown. I think Brown had a good preseason. Let's be honest. As much as I shit
He
on you
did.
about Brown, I remember telling you that he had a good season or a preseason. But it makes you wonder if the coach doesn't really care too much for him, because I think it was either him, and I could be wrong, guys. It was either him or it was Travis Dermott that got upset that they got sent down to the AHL after signing a big contract. Yeah, I think it was Josh Brown, because Josh Brown signed for 3 years. And after his first camp, they sent him down, and I don't think he was too happy about that. And they kept Stetcher up. And, maybe that sticks with the coach, because I'm like, at Stetcher, and the way that Brown played in the preseason was pretty good. And it looks like he's having a good year down in the AHL. So hopefully we'll see him come up.
Hopefully, maybe he's adjusted his attitude a little bit if it was him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so we'll see. And so another guy I kind of wanted to get into, let's talk about Andrew Mangiapane and what he's been bringing, Kev.
He's not clicking, man.
He's not right.
Clicking.
I mean,
He had some good games there he had some good games at the beginning, and
he has.
now I see him misfumbling the pucks. He's
Well, I'm not sure where he's going to fit in this lineup when Ryan Nugent-Hopkins come back either.
I would say third and fourth, somewhere in there. And I'll tell you why. Because that him and Henrique, I think, would be a good line. And Frederick. Because Andrew Mangiapane can be a nuisance.
Well, he needs to be a nuisance. That's what makes him good.
And that's what we saw. We saw a bit of that last night in the Carolina game. And, the screen goes away from him, but apparently he was roughing it up with somebody on the other end of the ice. And you can hear Louis, Mangiapane's getting somebody's face. And I'm like, yes, that's what we need him to do. Because we lost that. And he doesn't take stupid penalties. I don't think.
No, not really.
And he likes to get in people's faces like Corey Perry would do. Corey Perry would take stupid penalties, and like I said, I don't really miss that.
Well, I can't help but wonder if, Corey Perry was always engaged in the game, and I can't help but wonder if Mangiapane, when he starts getting more engaged in the game, if he's not going to get called more too, right?
Yeah,
when he starts getting into that role,
maybe, but he needs to know if that's his role. I mean,
yeah.
Listen, guys.
Yeah, his role needs to be defined for him.
Yeah, listen, guys. Like I think that we'll see. Maybe I kind of can't wait to see if we can get as close as possible to a healthy roster and just see like how this is going to work. Maybe with Hyman being back, that rubs off on Andrew Mangiapane to want to lift his game a little bit. Because like I said, I saw a little bit of a lift in him yesterday. Not so much with shots, but like getting involved in people's heads, getting into people's heads, which is what we need. But I would say par to just under par for him. I think a lot of people were expecting, and I know we were. And he had a good preseason, and then he had a good first couple of games of this season. And then it just seemed to kind of struggle a little bit. Thank God it wasn't a long term if it doesn't work out. And thank God it wasn't a lot of money. Because they both, him and Roslovic, wanted north of what they got. In fact, Roslovic got half of what he wanted, if not worse, because his agent was not doing too well for him. But yeah, I will, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I would say third and fourth line. Keep him there.
Fair enough. So,
all right. Well,
Kev, we're up on that hour here. So,
yeah.
Yes, sir. I think we've kind of covered everything. Anything else you want to bring up today, or?
I was just thinking about I think we pretty much covered everything.
Well, but
I think I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you want to sign us on out and let everybody know
all
where they
right.
get these
Well,
hoodies. We didn't make
ladies and
anything
gentlemen,
funny on this one. There's nothing
I
to be.
know it was
I know.
kind of a lame show.
Fuck, man. I could have just called you and had this conversation over a phone, man.
Well, yeah, but you're the worst fucking texter and caller in the world. So I have to nail you down to a time here. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 9 of the Hougie and Grinder Show, brought to you by Slapstick Decals and Stickers. You can get at them on Facebook. Their logo looks just like this on Facebook, or you can give them a call, 403-505-9693. Ask for Rob. He'll know I sent you.
What do you think about
So,
maybe getting Rob on the show one day?
Man,
I
if
think we
these guys
should.
can't handle me, I don't know if they can handle Rob.
Oh fuck, man!
Jesus,
We'll get
that's
canceled.
scary.
We'll get canceled. You bring up a good
Cancel
point.
culture will come. Cancel culture will come for us. So
yeah, they call him rude, obnoxious behavior for a reason. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. So,
well, maybe if we had a chat with
us.
maybe if we had a chat with him and be like, "Is there a tamer side to you?" Like, and then he'll just
we
tell us.
we could have him on. We could have him on in the background on the couch, and he could just be wearing a ball gag just to introduce him. Let's start there.
All right, buddy.
Anyway, all right. Well, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you again next week. Till next time, like Kevo and Red Green says, you keep your stick on the ice. Catch you later.